All right. My name is Gareth. You're watching the Hub Online Network. We got, COVID, camping, and openings today, so let's get to it. Okay, so right now I have the Bonnie Henry update just sort of waiting in the wings. So yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend. What did I do? We finished setting up our garden. I had my birthday last week, so we did my birthday party over the weekend. So that was a lot of fun. But the numbers that happened over the weekend. So I didn't get May 22nd's numbers while I was on air on Friday. So there were 18 new cases and 3 new deaths. And on Saturday, there was 10 new cases and 2 new deaths. And of course, when we hear Bonnie Henry talk today, we will get her updates. So let's talk about the flooding that happened. Until Bonnie Henry shows up here, let's talk about the flooding that happened over last week. We are currently, as far as I can tell, there's no rescinding of the state of emergency. So we are still in a state of emergency along the Bonaparte River in Cache Creek. At this moment, due to high waters, last week and including today, we've had a lot of rain. So that is still going on, and they'll probably come out with as they usually do, right after my show here, they'll come out with something saying that it's done. Thank you, Raven. If you are at home and you would like to give me a call, 778-694-4662, and I'll answer your call online here. So Cache Creek is still in a state of emergency, just as an FYI. So the update from Friday after my show was the village of Cache Creek has declared a state of local emergency once again so that it could deal with some of the bank erosion that is impacting the village infrastructure. So some things that we're wanting to remind people of is that there is bank erosion that is still a problem. So stay 10 feet away from the water's edge. Keep children and pets away from the riverbanks. If you have items near or on the riverbank, please move them away carefully. Remember to maintain COVID-19 physical distance restrictions and protocols. Keep your distance and wash your hands. And there are still stations set up for you to be able to get sandbags made up if you are so inclined to do so. There was a little bit of a story from CFJC written by Delana Nishaw. So with flood watch in effect over the Bonaparte River, the dry weekend weather in Cache Creek area has given village officials a bit of relief. So village spokesperson Wendy Coomer says Friday, May 22nd, that the river has been stable with sunny, dry conditions, and the river started to go down quite a bit. So I live along the Bonaparte River at the Sage and Sands Mobile Home Park. From what we can tell, the river has gone down. But it looks like in several places throughout Cache Creek, it has taken part of the bank with it. So that is still a worry. So please, if you're out there, stay safe. And here we have Bonnie Henry's update. So I'm going to turn this up and we'll get the new numbers for today.
During the virtual town hall on the BC Government Facebook page. So I encourage everyone to have a look tonight. And with that, I'd like to introduce Dr. Bonnie Henry.
Thank you and good afternoon. This is our COVID-19 update for May 25th, and it includes the 2 reporting periods since we had our last media update. So we had 5 new cases who tested positive for COVID-19 between Saturday and Sunday, and additional 7 cases between Sunday and today. That brings our total of new cases of people who have tested positive in BC to 12, and our overall total to 2,530 people in BC. That includes 894 people in the Vancouver Coastal Health Region, 1,253.
So that is pretty good. We've only had 12 people test positive for COVID over the last 48 hours. So that's pretty awesome. Keep up the good work, BC. When she says if there's any new deaths, I'll pass that along. So That is pretty good news. The numbers are coming down. Hopefully they stay that way, although keeping in mind that a second wave is, of course, something that they are predicting and preparing themselves for. So, some awesome things that are happening are Interior Health is saying that we are... So, sorry, I'm listening to Bonnie Henry. I'm just going to turn her off. So Interior Health is saying that there is a surge in overdose cases during the COVID-19 pandemic. So what that means is, let me find it here. I have the story. So when Harm Reduction Coordinator Leslie Coates received the latest quarterly report on provincial overdose statistics, it confirmed that she and colleagues have been hearing anecdotal from the community for weeks. They have seen a steady yet slow decline in overdose deaths over the last 2 years, but the first 3 months of 2020 were painting a different picture. So between January and March 2020, 46 people in the Interior Health region have lost their lives because of an overdose. BC has 2 public health emergencies intersecting the ongoing public health emergency declared in April 2016 due to increasing opioid overdoses and deaths, and the COVID-19 public health emergency declared on March 17, 2020. So overdoses are going up, and of course it's coming at a time when we are going through COVID-19, which is a shame all across the board. But they are giving some ways on how to prevent overdose and how to use drugs safer during COVID-19. So if this is something that affects you, be sure to buddy up when you're using. COVID-19 is passed by droplets, so stay 2 meters or 6.5 feet from your buddy to avoid passing the virus. If self-isolating, find yourself buddies who can bring you food, harm reduction supplies, medicine, and substances so that you can stay well. You can also be a buddy to those who may need extra support, so check in on your buddies regularly. Continue to use overdose prevention services, supervised consumption sites, and supporting housing overdose prevention sites. Continue to use drug checking services for locations. Visit www.drugchecking.ca. Call ahead as hours may have changed. Don't mix different drugs, including pharmaceutical medications, street drugs, and alcohol. Use less and pace yourself. Do testers to check strength. Take a small sample of a drug before taking your usual dosage. Carry a Noxalone kit and know how to use it. A list of locations where you can get a kit can be found on the Toward the Heart page. Recognize the signs of an overdose. So slow or no breathing, gurgling or gasping, lips, fingers turning blue, difficult to awaken or non-responsive. There's only 2 more. So if someone is experiencing an overdose or is witnessing an overdose, follow overdose response steps outlined by BC Centre of Disease Control and call 911 immediately. And last one, consider treatment options. Talk with your healthcare provider or contact one of our mental health and substance youth officers, which offer a full range of services to improve the health and well-being of people with substance use problems. So that is a statement put out by Interior Health today. And of course, any loss of life is sad, so let's try and keep everybody as healthy as possible. And if that affects you, I hope that you are doing better. From Jackie Taggart on Twitter. So you can follow Jackie Taggart on Twitter. So what she has shared is a picture of herself wearing a mask. And it says, join the hashtag Heart Not Hate campaign today. We need to fight against COVID-19, not each other. There is no place for racial discrimination now or ever. So that is from our MLA, Jackie Taggart. We will be having an interview with Jackie this Wednesday at 11. It won't be live. It'll probably be posted on Thursday. But that is from our MLA and from our local MP. He is retweeting something from MLA or MP Kathy McLeod, who says, he says, thanks at Kathy McLeod for representing BC. And what Kathy has shared is a a picture that says, if members of the Bloc or the NDP or the Liberal backbench don't believe that Parliament is an essential service, they should consider what they ran for, why they ran for office in the first place. So if you're asking why I'm reading these things out, these are just the last thing that I see both Jackie and Brad sharing on Twitter. So you can follow both our Member of Parliament and MLA on Twitter. And remember that we are also interviewing Brad Viss this coming Wednesday live at 7 p.m. On the Hub Online Network. So he'll be over video chat. He was going to come into the studio, but things have changed again. But we'll be going over video chat with Brad Viss at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, May 27th. So make sure that you check that out. If you have questions, you can send your questions to hon@ashcrofthub.com. Up until tomorrow afternoon, you can get your questions into us for that. So that would be awesome. Now, some good news. The barber shop in Ashcroft will be opening at 9 a.m. on Wednesday. So call 250-457-3124 during business hours to book your appointment. And the Ashcroft Home Hardware is now back to normal hours. This is a bit of an older bit. I missed it last week. So Monday to Saturday, 8 to 5:30. Again, that is Ashcroft Home Hardware is back to normal hours. And the Ashcroft Barber will be opening this Wednesday at 9 a.m. So that is pretty awesome. If you've been needing a haircut, this will be a good opportunity for you to do so. So now, this morning, Justin Trudeau is determined to get all workers 10 days of paid sick leave per year. So what has happened is yesterday, Justin Trudeau has had a meeting with NDP leader Jagmeet Singh. So Trudeau confirmed that discussions with all provinces were now ongoing. He explained that he'll move to ensure that every worker who needs it will have 10 days of paid sick leave, starting, I believe, now. So speaking during his daily COVID-19 address on May 25th, the Prime Minister revealed that talks were already in place to implement the measure across Canada. He began by saying that every day in every part of the country, hardworking Canadians build prosperity and growth in their communities. And to come out of this crisis, our country needs workers, people like you, who now more than ever. So that is awesome. I believe that before it was 5 sick days, so now they're doubling that in light of COVID-19. And there's also a lot of rumor that I haven't read anything official. There's just a lot of talks going on about a 4-day work week for a lot of industries. So let us know if you think that that is something that would be appropriate. Again, you can email us at hon@ashcrofthub.com or give me a call or comment on this video with your thoughts. So that is that one. So from School District 74, this is put out today from Colleen Minabary, District Principal. So this week, families and children are thinking about the return to in-class learning that begins on June 17th, or sorry, not June 17th, June 1st. Whether you have decided to keep your children home or you are preparing for them to return to school, please join clinical counselor and author Dr. Deborah McNamara for a webinar about supporting children at this time. Dr. McNamara has extensive experience in developing science and offers practical advice for families wanting to be confident for their children. So please pre-register for the webinar, which takes place on Wednesday, May 27th at 10 a.m. And there is a website there, Jessica, who is at home monitoring our chats. This is on the School District 74 Facebook page. If you can copy and paste that URL, that'd be great. Other stories happening. So this one is shared by quite a few people, mainly from the Ashcroft Cache Creek Journal. So Clinton RCMP took a look for hit and run driver. So RCMP and Clinton are looking for a suspect after a hit and run Friday night involving a pedestrian. In a news release, Southeast District Media Relations Officer Corporal Jesse McDonough says that the incident happened Friday evening at 7 p.m. Clinton RCMP responded to a report of a man discovered lying in the middle of the 7500 block of Meadow Lake Road in Canoe Creek. The pedestrian was seriously injured, although the injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. So if you have any information about that, of course, you can call. Is there a number here? Oh, just your local police station. They'll get you hooked up. Oh, no. Any information to Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477 or contact the Clinton RCMP at 250-459-2221. So again, that's 1-800-222-8477 for Crime Stoppers, or the Clinton RCMP at 250-459-2221. So that is that one. Okay. I've read that one. So all that's done. Okay, so campsites in BC. So residents can now reserve campsites in most provincial campgrounds. Nope, sorry. There we go. So BC residents can now reserve campsites in most provincial campgrounds and in the back country opening June 1st. Important changes include sites are reserved 2 months in advance of arrival date instead of 4. Fewer sites will be available in many campgrounds to allow physical distancing. Hot springs, communal cabins, shared cooking facilities, and group campsites will remain temporarily closed. Playgrounds, halls, and picnic shelters remain closed in all provincial parks. And so that is the big update from the government of BC regarding campsites and what is. And so then from TNRD, mosquito reduction crews have been busy at work in the Thompson and Nicola regions. Crews visited and treated larval development sites adjacent to the North and South Thompson Rivers, the corridor from Kamloops to Tobiano, Lower Nicola, Quilchena, and Douglas Lake. Most of these larval development sites are caused by snowmelt, precipitation, and runoff. Crews will continue to monitor these sites, but the primary focus is shifting to development sites influenced by floodwater as rivers and lakes in the service area continue to rise. On May 26th, an aerial application will be conducted on some large floodwater sites. Appearing from Maclear to Blackpool, aerial applications will also be conducted in the Kamloops area as floodwater sites adjacent to Domtar, the Kamloops Sewage Treatment Center, and Cinnamon Ridge compost site. Please make sure to reach out to us if you have any questions or comments. Contact the TNRD Mosquito Advisory Line at 250-372-5700. That's 250-372-5700. It has been a pretty light news thing going on recently. Really not a lot going on. But again, please, we have our, let me get rid of my name here. We have our upcoming thing with Brad Viss. And again, we're looking for questions if you have any. This interview is on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. It will be live. Tell your friends. It should be pretty interesting. Brad Viss is an interesting fella. They have a lot of questions from other people already, but it would be nice to be able to give them some questions from people up here to make sure that we are represented within his riding. So again, send us your questions. Thank you all so much for watching. We are back again on Friday at 3, and this week's pretty busy. So tonight we have the council meetings in both Ashcroft and Cache Creek. Tomorrow I'm interviewing Lisa Defoe, which will be put up. So Councilwoman Lisa Defoe, which will be put up on Wednesday morning. Again, Wednesday we're having an interview with Jackie Taggart. Wednesday night is MP Brad Viss. So Jackie's will be up on Thursday and Brad's will be live. Thursday we don't have much going on. I have my show at 3 on Friday. And then we have a cool project going on with Desert Days. So stay tuned for more information on that. I don't know how much I'm allowed to share with what we're doing. But something cool is happening with Desert Days. So, and we have new people hired at the Hub Online Network. To my understanding, we have 3 new people. So we look forward to bringing in more people into the space here. We're making sure that we have physical distancing measures put up. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be able to make more content for you. So make sure that you stay tuned to the Hub Online Network for everything that's going on in our area. We're hoping to expand our area a little bit as well. So yeah, anyway, let us know what you think, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday night, and have yourselves a safe week.